Yes indeed. YouTube observers, another beautiful day of riding. No rain in the forecast today. Temperatures are agreeable. I'm really happy. Ride along with me and enjoy. Well, I guess it's time to take another spin up the Parkway. See who else is riding here. It's not a fast ride, but scenery, particularly towards the top at some of the overlooks, is really spectacular. I always enjoy stopping when I can and taking a few photos. And this is what makes motorcycling as special as it is. It's not just the part about going fast and, oh wow, biker on the way down. I don't know that I'd do so well pedaling, trying to make it up some of these hills. Very good exercise. And we have a lot of bikers, that is, bicyclists, that like to ride in these areas. There's a nice road that's going out towards Oak Ridge that has some good hills on it. And you see bikers riding along there very often. Great exercise. I had a friend years ago who used to refer to himself and others who took part in sports like bicycling and cross-country skiing and jogging as being the self-propelled man, or woman, hey, whatever. I used to run quite a bit back when I was in my late 20s. A friend of mine kind of got me hooked on it. I started going to the YMCA in Syracuse and run for, well, it started out, first time out, I got behind the slowest guy on the track and completed 1 mile. I was very proud of myself because I was definitely out of shape. And as time went along, I worked my way up to 3 miles. And of course, I was passing this old fella, Paul, on a fairly regular basis. I have to give him credit for getting out there, but he was pretty slow. So I got myself down to the point where I was doing 7-minute miles, and I'd do 3. And after I was through, I'd do calisthenics, sit-ups, push-ups, reaches from bending, and oh, here come some bikes. I wonder if they're headed to the Dragon. A lot of people use this as a way to get over there. Maybe a shortcut. But anyway, toe touches where I reach across my body and kept my waist quite a bit smaller than it is now, that's for sure. Well, times change. I still do my Nordic tracking and I still walk. I'm currently doing, and this started back about the middle of March when we first started finding out about COVID, doing 4.2 miles a day. And since that mid-March time, I think less than 10 days I've missed. or I haven't done it. And a few of them were because we were out of town, and I had to settle for a little bit shorter walk, but I still walked. It makes me feel good to be able to get out and do that. As you can see by the look of the road, there's been a little shower activity here. Fortunately, I think, or at least I hope, I'm not going to run into any on this ride. It's interesting that as you go up into the higher elevation, that the temperature, air temperature that is, can drop easily 10 degrees. And what I'm wearing may be right on the fringe of not being quite enough. I didn't carry anything additional with me to cover that eventuality, but hopefully I will run into neither too cold weather or any little sprinkles, or worst case scenario, a real downpour. That would make the ride kind of unpleasant, I would think. Still thinking about a name for the Spyder. The best that I've come up with, and somebody else suggested the same thing also, is Black Beauty. I don't think I could fit all that onto a vanity plate. I don't know that I necessarily need to. The little toy car I had that you've probably seen a picture of in previous videos became the Red Man, although that wasn't the plate I had on it. Somehow a name flies out there, and you like it, it just kind of sticks. It's one of the overlooks there. It's one of the fairly good ones. But anyway, as you can see, the leaves are just ever so slightly beginning to change a little bit, starting to get a little yellow in them. And I noticed that on these rides, as is also true on the Cherrahala Skyway, where it gets up to about 5,000 feet, this is not nearly that high, you'll see a difference in how advanced the fall colors are. Another overlook. Beautiful day. Love the blue sky and the white clouds. Big, dark, menacing clouds are not exactly what I'm looking for, and hopefully I won't see any. But anyway. So once again, I guess Black Beauty is what she's going to be called. I remember when I had the last Harley I owned, which I have, I think, 3 videos of. The first 3 videos I ever made. The predominant color was white. I just referred to it as the White Knight. I don't know, sometimes names have to, whoa, look it out there, buddy. Some names just kind of are what you want to call it because it makes sense, nothing else. Oh, that's a nice overlook. There's quite a few of them on this side of the Parkway. And on the other side, after you get past the Look Rock stop, most of the overlooks are on the other side, so you look out over the valley towards Maryville, or Marvel, as the locals tend to call it. One of the peculiarities of the language here. More bikes coming down. Nice to see them. All out having a good time. That's what days like this are for. If you have a day like this, you've got to make some kind of good use of it. And a ride on a motorcycle or a Spyder, which is also a motorcycle, can really set the tone for the day, make you feel happy. Even during this time when so many things, social type things, you can't do or shouldn't do because of the threat of the COVID-19. A little color there. I wonder how long ago it was that this rain fell. It's mostly dry, there aren't really any puddles. Maybe it was just a slight shower. So aside from riding motorcycles, if you are a rider, what else are you doing for fun? I'm finding that this is just about the only escape I have. My wife and I were talking about taking a hike on the East Lake Shore Trail, but unfortunately we haven't done that yet. I'm sure we'll get to it. I think one of the things we were waiting for was a good hard freeze so we could put the fear of ticks aside. And of course I want to stay away from hunting season. Even with bright clothing on, some people will fire just when they hear a sound. Heard a great story about that from the Pinkerton Guard about a fella that was approached by a sheriff's deputy. Apparently somebody had reported that somebody was shooting at them, and the person firing, anybody, said that he was just taking a few sound shots. He'd fire his weapon, and if he spooked a deer, they'd draw down on it and shoot it. Well, that was probably not a smart thing to do, to admit you were doing something so foolish to a peace officer. The story went, the Pinkerton Guard told me, that the sheriff took the gun and broke it over the tailgate of his truck, just to show his anger about what a stupid thing he was doing. Now we're approaching the Look Rock overlook. You can't really see anything right from the parking lot. You have to walk out beyond. And Look Rock, that's one of the overlooks that you might see along the way. Absolutely beautiful. Stingers. Is that what they're called? Scorpion stingers? Something like that. Whatever. More motorcycles. So, people with guns need brains. And apparently not everybody that has them has brains. There's the turnoff for Flats Road, which is a very interesting drive also. I think I did a video early on when I was on that road. It's a nice drive, twists, country, homes, and really pretty. Well, we're about to the end of the road here for me, so I'm going to sign off now. Speedster Johnny out. Be safe, enjoy your rides.